Do you feel bored or less motivated in school? Well, a George Washington study shows that 40% of high school students are disengaged. What is more intriguing is 11.1% of New Zealand youth are currently not in employment, education, or training. The problem is that disengagement and a lack of motivation has affected students' learning and their education. All of these symptoms above, such as not going to class and showing destructive behavior, etc., will lead to students being stood down, suspended, students losing their confidence in society, or receiving poor grades. A staying at school consultation report states that truancy and out of normal behavior can lead to school dropouts, while the OCED report indicated that those who do not complete the upper secondary education is around 34%, which is more than double the European Union average of 15%. So, what are we going to do to help solve this problem? The solution? Virtual reality. Virtual reality is when wearing a head-mounted display creates an artificial environment with software to the user in such a way that it correspondingly adjusts the images on the user's display to better reflect the changes in perspective. The EduView uses precise positional tracking technology and a motion tracking sensor to accurately map all of your real-world head movements. Inside the headset is a low persistence OLED display which is used to eliminate motion sickness. So, how do we implement it? The government is keen on using virtual reality in the classroom as a way to engage more students, so they would subsidize the EduView device to schools. Each EduView headset is wired to the ground connected to a supercomputer, which will help power the VR headsets. Students will put on the headset on their desk and experience a virtual environment in which they will be taken around by the teacher using the controller. For example, a history class will be able to use the headset to take themselves on a virtual guide around Rome and feel like they're right next to the Colosseum and able to look at the structure of how the Colosseum was built. Truancy rates will decrease as students become more involved in the classroom. This will lead to higher achievement and better understanding of the concepts that were taught. EduView is very innovative and shows more advantages than any other hefty and more traditional educational tools and equipment. The NEET rate and the student's absence rate will be an indication of whether or not VR is a viable solution with engaging more students towards education. The aim would be for the student's absence rate and the NEET rate to decrease by 4% year over year and compare it to our actual results to indicate if VR is a success. EduView will help deliver value to its customers by improving the workflow and productivity of students. The VR market will grow due to more people, especially students, using the headset. In schools, we'll also see increased customer satisfaction as the use of VR is helping students become more engaged within the classroom. We believe that students will be mind-blown by the opportunity of using VR for the first time, and by loving the experience, it will help those students stay in class by being fully immersed in VR and the learning environment.
Created using Powtoon.